want to hear
Minister
that.
of Health works in coordination with the finance minister.
Yes.
Maybe by the time they presented, you people, Adam, with your negotiations.
There was a transitional phase.
No,
misinformation to the public. There was a transitional phase. Aside that, we've engaged you personally, and there was a transitional phase. So you know what the process.
You know whatever on transitional phases.
No, and I said whatever they hand over to you, based on that you draw your budget, because whatever they hand over to you, based on the asset and the liability and the money in the coffers, you draw your budget.
And we've made
provisions
for the health sector.
Let's understand even his lies.
Let's
understand the lies. Then you come and deflate it.
Let's not create the conception that we've not allocated a budget for the health sector. Is that the conversation you're having now? No. We have a budget for the health sector.
Exactly.
This is a condition of service, like an extra
inducement that you are seeking for. Extra.
That's your own personal inducement you are seeking for.
Interest.
That is personal. Not that the minister. It's your own personal. You are seeking for clothing allowance. You are seeking for book and research allowance. You are seeking for 100%.
Do you know the amount of money? Come to Radio Hospital. Come and see the amount of bills we are paying there. You do think my pay can pay my bills are rich? What are you trying to tell me? And say I can live confidently with that. What are you trying to tell me? No. Let me take it seriously now. I was trying to be diplomatic, but let me now come to my elements. When we are sick, we buy our own medication. We pay. My own colleague will come and work on me, and I'll pay. And do you know how much it is? I took my son to my own facility. Do you know how much I paid?
Wow.
What are you going to say? I can live comfortable with it. Meanwhile, I go to work 8 hours, 12 hours. I stand on my back. I break my back.
Service. Let's not forget conditions of service are something you are negotiating. It's a negotiation. You are not compelling the government.
I expect you to talk, but then be mindful of some of the words you use. Don't say we can live without it. Yes, I can live without, maybe if you increase my salary at the moment, I'm taking this so I can manage it. But when it comes to my health care, our issue is with our employer, which is Ministry of Health and the government. Regardless, whoever is in power, I have to do with Ministry of Health, Ghana, and the government. Not NDC, not MPP, not PNDC, not whatever. So this stance we are taking has nothing to do with a political party. It has something to do with the government of Ghana and our employer, which is the Ministry of Health, but not a political party.
I see.
If you want to associate it to a political party, it's your opinion, as you said. I can't let you change it.
Yeah.
But then, what we know is we have issues with our ministries, which is the employer and the government. We don't know any political party. So if at the point, Chad and what's on a bar, if at the point Kennedy upon what's on the bar, in name will be a
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Pop and Politics. It's one show that I am enjoying. I know you're also enjoying it. Here, we talk about policies, we talk about governance, and we talk about the things that affect you and I, and every other person who is living. Na se onipa, eneme etwa ho ehia, eneme hawan kan bia, ede na besi. Else kan bi. Enti ene on Pop and Politics, aka PMP. But today's show will take a different turn small because something is happening right now. A month for air fire. Nurses force almost striking. Nurses force started almost striking. You know, in fact, when the Pope was just a little boy, that was when the nurses started striking. Today, they are still striking. Who say Kevin Taylor and John Hughes. Omo dia me ma omo bebre.
That guy is not serious.
Enyo omo nko a nipa bebre e dia me ma omo kama. What is happening? Today, what is going to be beautiful about this conversation is that I have a nursing practitioner as part of this conversation. So if not for anything at all, he understands the plight of nurses and why they are striking. I'm sure he's even here because he did not go to work. Unfortunately, he's still wearing the Lacoste. Clifford Barno is in the seat already. We are about to have our conversation. Clifford Barno is a general nursing practitioner, and he's also an observer of the showbiz space, and today he's here. Now, beyond Clifford Barno, of course, to those who follow PNP, you know Honorable Baleto. Honorable Baleto is also a member of TAIN, and he's also a student at the University of Ghana, Legon, and he joins us on Pop and Politics for us to discuss some of these issues happening. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. Akwaba. Honorable Baleto, hope all is well.
By God's grace, everything is fine.
How is campus and how is 10 members? Or how are 10 members doing?
Yeah, so 10 members are doing well. Campus is cool.
Campus is cool.
Yeah, there are one or two things you have to research, but we are on course.
And I can see many of the halls are celebrating their weeks.
Yes.
I'm hearing of some accidents after some of the hall weeks, or you don't follow showbiz, so you didn't even hear about it.
I heard about the accident, but I didn't really dig deep into it.
Okay, so you don't really have the details.
Yes, I don't have the details.
I think I saw some cars being smashed and all. Very, very unfortunate happening right there, but it happens, Charlie. Life is like that. Accidents are part of us, so you just manage it the way it is. And of course, Clifford Barno is also here. And I'm going to Clifford straight. Let's ask the question. All the tough questions. Let's ask it. Cliff, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, brother.
Why are nurses on strike? Why have nurses been on strike since time immemorial, and why are nurses still striking? What is happening?
Why are nurses on strike?
Yes.
I once said that. Why are nurses being on strike? Nursing is one profession now. You can barely see us going on strike. Yeah.
Not in Ghana, bro.
Oh, in Ghana, actually. I think this is just, if I stand to be corrected, right? This is about the second time we are going on strike. Nursing at the point we were under bond.
I've heard so many times.
At the point we were under bond that we won't go on strike. So even Yamba High and Kana, it's about a new generation of nursing coming now. And knowing what, the olden days nursing, it has like they were under bond, so they were not going on strike.
Okay.
But we now, for some reasons, we know some things we deserve. We go demand for, if maybe there is no understanding, then maybe things may proceed on to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why are we striking now?
Yeah.
We are striking because of our condition of services.
Okay.
Which was agreed upon last year, 2024. But then, during at the cost of it, when we were implementing it, we had an internal issues within one of our union members.
Okay.
So there was a court injunction on it. So the implementation delayed. But thanks be to God, we are over that phase now.
Okay.
But then, so this year, we presented the same cost of service to the government, to our employers. Now we've resolved our issues. So now we've gone through the agreement phase already. So implement it for us. We've held couples of meetings.
Okay.
I think one of the meetings, the minister assured us they are about reading the budget in March. So we should relax. When they read, they'll capture all those things into it.
Okay.
But March came, they read the budget, it didn't capture it.
Okay.
Leadership still went with them, had some sort of meetings, but still it looked like there's no agreement.
Okay.
So we also have to embark on this roadmap.
Oh, yeah. I see. So it is because you guys want more.
We don't want more.
Oh, if you don't want more, then
we don't want more, because the things we are actually asking or applying for are not even like something to boost our salary.
Okay.
Brother Sammy, let me take an average midwife who works actively for a whole year. One chika, a midwife will catch about 50 to 100 babies. That's a raw midwife who is really working. Yes, to when this
in a year.
In a year.
Wow.
Yes, so if this midwife gets pregnant and she comes to deliver at her own facility, she will pay. So we are asking for total health care. Is this too much to ask of?
So that's what you guys are asking for.
One is one of the things
Okay.
we are asking.
So it's not about salary increments.
No, salary we just requested for 8% of salary increment. Just 8%.
As if we just.
We just 8%. You know why I say just 8%?
No.
If they should work this 8% on your salary and they deduct tax, it's something mega. Trust me. Trust me. Recently, when we came to this year, everybody across board, we had 10%. Ask yourself, what's the difference? I just want to mention it. Because in the government sector, when they give you the percentage and they tax you, and they don't give the percentage on the total, they give it on what we call the single spine. We have other things that add up to your money, like the market premium and other things. They don't give the percentage on the market premium.
Okay.
Then you have a counter, now be a bulk. Let me give an example. If I say single spine here, rough example, I'm not saying that's it. Single spine here 1,000. Other things be count now be 2,000. Market premium, need other small one now be 2,000. But when they are giving percentage, they don't give it on all the 2,000. They'll give the percentage on just the single spine.
I see.
So imagine 10% on a single spine, on a 1,000 cedis single spine, it's just 100 cedis. 100 cedis, almost 30 tax, now 40 cedis.
I see. So what you are asking for will be better conditions of service.
Yes. So we are not even requesting for money as in increments in salary.
You mentioned one. Akadio.
So let me mention two. We are requesting for 100% of care.
Okay.
We are requesting for 13th month salary allowance, which every
13th month
salary.
Oh
allowance,
yeah, I know that thing.
Which
End
every
of
month,
year.
yes, every cadre within the health sector takes. Why don't we take our?
I hear about that 13th month salary. That's every year the company or your employers should give you some allowance of a thing.
Thank you.
It's called 13th month.
13th month, so it's your salary.
Yeah.
But we don't have the 13th month, so we have 12 months in the year. But the 13th month is more like an Xmas bonus.
Yeah, I
but
know.
you should get your salary.
I
So
know.
this is what we are advocating for.
What again?
We are advocating for renewal of our license or pins. We call our license pins.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean by you calling for renewal? That one I thought the other day you told me that you have to go through the process.
You go through the process. Thank you. Before you can renew your license, you have something called CPD. You have to get CPD points before you can renew your license. And when you are done with these CPD points, there is a fee, renewal fee that comes along with it.
Okay.
So, because right now, as I'm practicing, if my license is expired, now say assembly betum says here, my sample the income. Because when you get to the law court or anywhere you get to, the first question is, where is your license? Once they take your license, they check the date if it's valid before they will even probe into the issue. So you're checking out the license is not valid. What simple they you're already a knockout case. Meaning the issue no pa a buy no pono. Yenye ndi but we default that. Do you get it? So we need allowance to renew our license. I renew it annually.
Okay.
Is this too much? I'm practicing. I'm taking care of people. I want to help people. Renew my license so that I'll be valid.
Okay.
To help people. Is this too much to ask?
I see. So it means that you want the renewal without you guys paying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
What again?
even the CPD, the workshops, usually facilities organize workshop. But in a year, you might not get the required points. Every CPD, I think, have 3 points, and I think you need about 9 points to. You might not get. So we pay for our own CPD workshops. We pay for our own workshops to go so that you can earn the points to renew.
Okay.
So if I'm paying for CPDs, I should come back and pay for my license too, just to go and work on someone. Or I should come and help a Ghanaian citizen to help you
To save lives.
Thank you.
Okay. What again?
The next thing is we wear uniforms. I don't want to compare, but in this case, I'll try to make an analogy. The security service and other people, they give them uniform allowance. Yes, I'm not saying give me 2 uniforms, give me 3 uniforms.
Okay.
Give us 1 uniform. You don't want to give, but yesterday I have to wear uniform to work. So
They give the police uniform allowances.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is this too much to ask?
I see. So the uniforms you have, you guys buy
You
it
buy your
yourself?
own uniform yourself.
The white thing.
Everything. Any uniform you want to be actually not on any problem no be.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Is this too much to ask?
Like the white you guys wear, and sometimes there will even be names here, no?
Your name tag, BBI, you do everything.
Ah.
Thank you. Is this too much to ask?
Oh,
yeah,
for real?
we're not even asking for money to go and chop. Yeah, so these are the things we are asking for. Things that will enhance the work.
I see.
Skasem there, the only money we requested for is 8%.
Yeah.
8%.
Just 8%.
Calculate say aye.
Just 8%.
Thank you.
I see. And what again?
We are requesting for or asking for what we call book and research allowance, but that one is not applicable to everybody. We have people, nurses and midwives who do researches. So we are asking for, because in the nursing fraternity, we have those practicing on the ward, we have the administrative aspect, and we have the teaching or educative aspects.
Okay.
So those one goes to those at the educative aspects. So we research the WAF fund, which is applicable in every health sector. So more research allowance to those who are due, not all of us. And the last thing, fuel allowance. And this fuel allowance, let me put it in quotes. Not every nurse is entitled for fuel allowance, depending on your rank. Because even in the Constitution, it states that people within category A, category B, who are entitled for fuel allowance, meaning ideally for directors, people are in the managerial positions, they are due for fuel allowance.
Fact.
And
fact.
Across the government sector, people are receiving.
So how
people
much?
Are not receiving.
Why are the nurses not receiving?
And also, no, when it comes to this category, now I'm saying that we are having new generation nurses who are a bit younger. But I'll share it for now, no money. So most of this, so when we are taking it from the director level, we have called DCNO from that's where our directorship starts from. But so share from now, they don't reach this DCNO and they go on retirement.
Okay.
Yes, so the highest they may get to us at the point was PNO, nursing officer, senior nursing officers. But yes, so these people play the managerial role at the various health centers. We need the big facilities like Rage, Kolebu, 37, and those places. When you go to most of these polyclinic or the interlands, these people, the PNOs, which is the principal nursing officer, they are those who perform this managerial position and they manage all right.
I see.
So during our negotiations, we told our employer that our people may not necessarily get there, especially with the new trend there, and they will probably drop a chief.
Yeah.
But so because they are still performing managerial role. During the agreement, they agreed. So okay, we'll do it for the principal nursing officers, but we won't do for the senior nursing officers. Which we agreed. So all these things, it's not as if we are now going to negotiate these things. So these things have been negotiated.
There are things that you guys have mentioned time and over.
It has been negotiated. It has been like they've done all the deliberations. They've signed. So the Akani said the Ministry of Health will petition or whatever you call it, send a letter to the Ministry of Finance. So this is what we've agreed for this category of people. The Ministry of Finance will just give controller the go ahead to pay us.
And that'll be all.
That's all. And now if I say negotiations, all parties have signed. So it's just left to them for the implementation.
Well, so far the report, according to a practicing nurse, Clifford Bano, here on Sammy Flex TV, PNP, Pop and Politics. Mami call Honorable Ballet on the supporting politicians, you know. Yentie the Ballet so did ever become. Ballet, yes, still about the nurses strike. What do you think about it?
All right, so thank you very much for our health minister, Honorable Minta Akando.
I hear his buttock is burning.
And thanks
I hear Minta Akando, his buttock is burning.
Yes. And thanks to our doctors for their persistence and consistency in helping us to at least manage our issues in these trying times.
Mm-hmm.
Our brothers, nurses and midwives, to me, are not trying to make these conversations easy. I understand they apply it, but they're not trying to help the conversation. You understand? The health minister from the onset has told you that the provisions or your, let me say, your demands are accepted. The question of whether they are asking for too much or they are not asking for too much, that one, I think when they sit now and analyze it properly, they will answer it themselves. We see we've inherited so much liabilities as a government, not only as a sector, health sector.
Okay.
We've inherited so much liabilities.
Okay.
And so if we are trying to, I think, provide a solution in this short term, we are trying to provide solutions and trying to cater for everything with this slim capital that we have and with this slim budget. I call it a tight budget because we are now focusing too much on economic recovery. Our economy is very sick and we are trying to recover things. We can't allocate much resources to these recurrent expenditures.
Okay.
That is
No, I'll let him finish his submission. Yeah.
That is what led to this. I won't say that's what led to the boycotting of the inclusion of these provisions or this COS, that's the condition of service of the midwives and nurses into the main budget. And the minister is not saying, no, if you guys are asking for too much, I'm not going to mind. He said, just exercise patience and live with the little resources you have, because before the budget was read, you guys were working properly. You weren't complaining. But I don't know, maybe all of a sudden they start to jealous certain sector workers or public workers. I don't want to conclude. I'm just saying it.
They are becoming irate.
Yeah, something like that. We understand your plight. Yes, you are doing so much. And if there are no nurses in the system, you understand, the doctors will suffer. At least my sister is a nurse. My sister is a nurse. My auntie's daughter, she's a nurse. Sometimes she goes to work and 5 days straight she doesn't come home. Like she sleeps in the hospital,
Wow.
so on and so forth. So we know how how important your services are. We can't live without our services, but that doesn't mean that you should liaise or capitalize on that to punish us. I see this as punishment.
Punishment by who?
Punishment from the side of the nurses and the midwives.
And some people are also saying maybe they feel some NDC characters are behind them. Sorry, NPP characters rather. Yeah, okay. NPP characters are behind them.
I won't be fast to conclude on that. I'm sure the nurses themselves, they know what they want and they are fighting for what they want.
Okay.
But I'm criticizing the procedure in which they've chosen to go by their ways.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Yeah.
See, everything that happens in a democratic dispensation is solved with negotiations, agreements, mediations, and so on and so forth. You understand? But in this scenario, they are trying to apply force. They are trying to be like, if you don't see our relevance, we will back out and see what you are going to suffer. It's punishment, pure punishment. Right now, there's pressure on the hospitals. There's pressure on the clinics, CHIPS compounds, and all that. The doctors are forced to go beyond their limits, and that is what pushed the health minister to pass a comment that has offended them. I mean, it wasn't like.
What did he actually say?
It wasn't his intentions to disrespect you, but he was forced to make that comment. He was like, if you guys are not coming back, then they'll be forced to call on the retired nurses and midwives to come and support the doctors for the meantime, as you guys are on the strike. Because we can't continue to wait for you. You don't know your intentions.
Okay.
I have learned the National Council of the GNM.
GRNM, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association.
They are yet to have another meetings or
stakeholder meeting.
Yes, with the sector minister.
Okay.
Or let me say the government.
Okay.
So we don't know what the outcome will be. But as these meetings are yet to unfold, the patients are also accumulating in the health sectors. You understand? Every day someone gets sick. Sickness is something that some sickness is inevitable. Every day
you can't live without it.
People are compounding. The place is being choked. And you guys say no, Charlie, we won't listen to you. So if the health minister can make a provision to submit to the finance minister to make something within this short term, and according to, if you are a little brief with the how the finance sector is run, they can't do anything without due course. They have to this, if they want to allocate surplus funding outside of the budget, that's going to take a lot of processes.
That's on this one. Let me come in here.
No, you come. I'll let you respond to all that.
No. But let me come in here. I'll make him finish.
Okay.
If you say allocation of surplus money, I don't think, if anything, it should be surplus money. Ask me why.
You cannot sit outside and judge someone's money whether it is surplus or not.
I'm not judging, simply because one, even for them not capturing in the budget, it's even a no. Ask me why. Why? Because one, during the handing over, they went through what we call a transitional phase. The outgoing government will have to hand over whatever it is to the incoming government, which include both assets and liabilities. Good. And I believe very well, I don't want it to be political affiliation, but I believe very well the outgoing government, which was MPP, handed over. So they know. That aside, there have been engagement with the minister all the way from January.
Okay.
So he's aware. So for they not capturing it in the budget was deliberate.
How do you know?
Yeah, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Was deliberate. Yesterday, the minister had a closed-door meeting with our leadership. And do you know the conclusion?
No.
They were asking us, before I will even go to that, let me establish this fact very clearly. This is not a negotiation anymore. We've gone beyond the negotiation phase.
Because I was actually going to ask that.
Yes.
Have you guys really had some sit down?
Yes, we had
with
fair wages salary structure was there. Labor Commission was there when we were doing the negotiations. The Ministry of Health was there. They had a they all had a representative there. Ghana Health Service had a representative there.
Okay.
Our association members also had a representation there. And they sat down. Even if I don't want to go details into the condition of service, the condition of service we presented as at then 2024, they outright or overwrite everything. And they were like, oh, anyway, they ain't been there, but you win a bet me, I am. So, I must pay uniform there, I bet you am uniform. So, I must pay health insurance. I bet you am insurance, 100% insurance. So, these are the things that someone translates, oh, wait, I bet me, I am.
Okay.
I feel the money my so I be asking. When the negotiation phase, we are done with the negotiation. All stakeholders have appended their signature. So what else is left? Okay, mean to me but met me here. Remember to my health insurance. Met me my uniform. Mupi no here. Met me renew mama. Yeah, my so I asem. So when you negotiation phase, now let me come back to the meeting they held yesterday. Or see, he plead with us. Say in Franco 2026. And do you know why I said that?
No.
Before they were using tactics. Before we came to this, I told you we've engaged the minister severally. Me and I can count about 6-7 meetings. I'm a council member, so I know.
Yeah.
At this point, let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. For it to understand, I say,
Okay.
I'm a GRNMA member. But I'm a local chair. When I'm in a local chair, when you take the whole Rage Hospital, I'm the chairman for Rage Hospital, which we have over 1,000 nurses. So say me Kenya maybe I'm the America.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
so
see.
And aside that, when we are chairman, so you automatically becomes a district council member.
Okay.
So I'm a district council member too.
Okay.
So now let me go on. So I see you're moving in 2026. Do you know what that means?
No.
What that means is you're moving in 2026. This course of service was implemented in 2024. Just say, well, outright, I mean, when we go to 2026, we are now going through a negotiation phase again. And that negotiations, you don't know what it's going to tell you.
You don't know what the outcome will be.
Thank you. Do you get me? Who name the Omo campus met me and so it could be say you work on negotiation all these things. Thank you.
And Tebiamu Cas, okay, we've heard, but we can't even implement it now. But we implement in 2026. And Kamu, you're okay.
And secondly, some got 2026 because this thing was signed in 2024. They are supposed to pay the allowance. Hey, IRS. Set date on the signing, you know. That's when it's supposed to take effect.
Okay.
It's months now, but from 2024 months now, but trim now, but see now, they have to pay IRS. And that's the tactics they want to avoid.
I see.
That's why earlier when we were engaging them with the meetings, no, they commit and no more, they are postponed it. We don't agree on any conclusion. They are postponed it. They were just using these tactics, not knowing say we went back on a strike. Because this condition of service, every condition of service expires after 2 years. So we will expire this year. It won't be effective next year.
Okay.
So the tactics they were using, now we say we went back on the strike. So the tactics, oh, you better with them buy, you better na put your journey, because enough in na I expire, they will come back for new negotiations. But now that our leaders rose, I went on strike now. I feel the almost part was for 2026. So in short, in clarity, what the push that they are giving us is they are not ready to pay. Until 2026, until we go for a new negotiation, they are not ready to apply or comply with this condition of service.
Okay, now,
yes, so,
Honorable to come through.
So I don't know the conditions of service, if it has not been implemented yet, does it still expire after?
It is still expire.
Still expire.
Once it's signed, it has a duration of 2 years.
Fair enough. So what the minister is saying is that there is no way we are going to make funds for this condition of service, so I was explaining earlier before you came in, because there's no clear provisions for that according to the minister's statement.
That's what I don't want to hear. Why is that? Why can we make provisions for other sectors and you can't make provisions for us? That is the point.
I understand engage with the minister before the presentation of the budget.
So I don't even want to hear that.
The Minister of Health works in coordination with the finance minister.
Yes.
Maybe by the time they presented, you people are done with your negotiations.
No. There was a transitional phase. Misinformation to the public. There was a transitional phase. Aside that, we've engaged you personally, and there was a transitional phase. So you know what the process was.
You know what transitional phases.
No, and I said whatever they hand over to you, based on that, you draw your budget. Because whatever they hand over to you, based on the asset and the liability and the money in the coffers, you draw your budget.
And we've made provisions for the health sector.
Let's understand even his lies. Let's understand the lies. Then you come and deflate it.
Let's not create the conception that we've not allocated a budget for the health sector. Is that the conversation you're having now? No. We have a budget for the health sector.
Exactly.
This is a condition of service, like an extra inducement
that is the first one extra.
That's your own personal inducement you are seeking for.
Interest.
That is personal. Not that the minister. It's your own personal. You are seeking for clothing allowance. You are seeking for book and research allowance. You are seeking for 100%. This are personal. If not personal, what can we describe this as? And the minister may have communicated it with the finance minister, and they see that this cannot be recorded as and when the budget, the consolidation of everything was being done to present to the parliament. And so maybe they would have set that aside for the next set of budgets.
Okay.
Then they will include it and consolidate it, and then they might even make it like do like renegotiation as you are talking about. But that will be next year. That wouldn't mean that they will boycott whatever you have on your list right now.
Okay.
And then they will make provisions for it. And then they will pass it to the parliament and they will approve it. Because right now the strike you are going for won't solve the issue either. The strike won't solve the issue. The strike is rather putting pressure on our systems, our health systems and all that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I beg, hold on.
So now what the health minister is proposing is to call on or plead on retired nurses and midwives to come and support, because you are not compromising. Although we can't jump to conclusion.
Why the health minister is not ready to listen to them anymore?
The health minister is listening to them. He's trying to make go on separate engagement to look at other alternatives to let me say reach at an agreement that will bring the nurses back to work. You understand? So that even if they are not able to provide all their needs or what they are seeking for, they can still work until next year 2026. 2026 is just a month. Like some months to come.
It's just 6 months away from now.
6 months away.
Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't you just comply with the minister and then do your work like
something I
peacefully?
forgot. Let me make you understand.
Peacefully, and then next year you have whatever you are seeking for. Because you are fortunate enough to have a good government that says you are asking for too much. You are not saying that. We are going to listen to whatever you have on paper.
But let's do it in 2026.
Probably not this time.
This time, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Rasta, let me come. Also, even yesterday, the meeting they had, even
who had a meeting yesterday?
The minister with some directors from the health service and our members. It was actually our vice. Our president is out of the country. She's in Switzerland now. So it's actually our vice and some other members of the association.
Okay.
And the national council. So even they were like, you just apply this, but you can stage, or you just implement this, but you can stage the payments. If you say there is no money, you can implement it, but stage the payment, or I can give parts. Maybe they even give him to September for him to stage the payments. But the whole posture is they don't want this whole condition of service. They gave you the alternative, say implement it and stage the payment. You can start from September, then you pay parts, then maybe you pay parts. Don't pay all at a go.
Okay.
Since you say the country is having financial constraints. Yes, so the minister said no. And the poster is giving for it to tell us it's going to call on retired nurses and student nurses to come and work in our state.
It means
you know what it means. One, I don't even want to go deep in, but a retired nurse, once a nurse, always a nurse, was definitely an association member. So you think today, as I'm sitting here, be a GRNA member, or Chinabina Marita, now say only GRNA was you call me and I'll come, and I don't stand for GRNMB. I was once a member of GRNMB. Do you understand? Do you know the T-shirt I'm wearing? Valley View T-shirts. I completed Valley View almost 6 years ago, but I'm still wearing Valley View T-shirts. So you think only Valley View for Asema outside with you?
No. So the people the minister is even calling for to come and survey the situation. Them two vex.
They will come.
If you be a mensa, when you're back,
on best selling out.
And they definitely are selling
back on best selling out.
Oh, most definitely. That one there. Even with our current breed, it was we still have some loopholes, we still have some sellouts.
Okay.
They all
go ahead. I have one follow up, then I wrap up on this.
Yeah, two. Even the students or the rotation nurses you are going to call upon. When students don't have licenses, rotation put them say temporary license, but they are supposed to work under supervision. There are licenses that is stated they work alone. Okay. So you are going to put lives at risk. If these people are not working under supervision, they come and aside what you studied in school, we call it orientation. Orientation means get yourself abreast with the world. The theory and is different from they are two different things.
Oh, of course, it's always different.
Thank you. So you do 1 year orientation so that you work closely under supervision. We will let you do more, but I'll be there guiding you. Go about it this way, go about it that way. And you say I'm going to call these people to come and take care of
prime health issues.
See,
now there's the follow-up question I want to do on this nursing thing. Then we all wait for what is going to happen the next few days. Are some of these things politicized? Baleto.
Yes. As I'm talking
let me go to Baleto first.
Let me see.
Are some of these things politicized? Because I have seen someone who put on Facebook that he understands why when a new government comes, they would want to sack all the existing position leaders, especially those in the government bodies, or government institutions, because he thinks that sometimes if the person was an NDC, NPP person, and now it is NDC in power, they can influence some people to take some actions which will make NDC unpopular. So, can this also be something that we can say has been politicized?
Yeah, a big yes. Yes.
A big yes.
I don't want to make it look like we are playing political cards with this whole issue. But yes, because if you deliberately strike to put a patient's health or life at risk at the expense of your needs, needs that you can live without, let us assess what they are seeking for. They can live and work conveniently without all these things.
Okay.
What about the patients?
We can't live and work conveniently with
Let
all
me
these
listen.
But yeah, do you know the amount of money? Come to Red Hospital. Come and see the amount of bills we are paying there. You do think my pay can pay my bills are rich? What are you trying to tell me? And you say I can live confidently with that. What are you trying to tell me? No. Let me take it seriously now. I was trying to be diplomatic, but let me now come to my elements. When we are sick, we buy our own medication. We pay. My own colleague will come and work on me, and I'll pay. And do you know how much it is? I took my son to my own facility. Do you know how much I paid?
Wow.
What are you going to say? I can live comfortable with it. Meanwhile, I go to work 8 hours, 12 hours. I stand on my back. I break my back.
Service. Let's not forget conditions of service
are
some things you are negotiating.
I expect
it's a negotiation. You are not compelling the
government.
I expect you to talk, but then be mindful of some of the words you use. Don't say we can live without it. Yes, I can live without, maybe if you increase my salary at the moment, I'm taking this so I can manage it. But when it comes to my health care, you don't know what it means.
Okay, it's okay.
And most of these conditions that we suffer from, if I'm taking 100, if I'm rating the whole disease conditions in 100%, only 10% are natural occurrence or a mistake that are from us. Most of them are what we call nosocomial infections or work-related problems. Nosocomial, we get 90% of this from our patient. Me no tell na before I out to do. Well, it was not in the same house. Am I an HIV patient?
No.
I still have a scar here. What are you trying to tell me? And you tell me I'm not entitled to health care? Is it not this house? Were you not here when I was taking the medication?
Yeah, I was here. I saw it.
I did not in any part of my statement say
no, you said you said we can live comfortable without
I said
it. Well, don't use that word.
Listen to what I said.
Don't use that word comfortable.
I said this is something that you can work with
comfortably. Don't use that word. You use it.
I said convenience, no comfort.
Don't use convenience. This is an inconvenience. No. This is an inconvenience. Don't use convenience.
See, we are considering a time frame where patients are lying in and compounding in hospitals and healthcare facilities.
You see, you're talking about the patient, but me not patient. No, about me. No. I want him to correct some things before you go on. You care about the patient. Not me question.
You can't force him to correct it. It is not defamatory. It is an opinion. So you can't force him to correct it.
See, the conversation is not that they should attend to what you are seeking for. We are talking about a time frame that provide, considering the resources given to you, something can be done for you not to be affected, even if your conditions are not settled yet. You want to tell me that if nurses agree and midwives agree to go back to their post and work, they are going to die out of their service before 2026 comes? No.
Do you know the more?
And besides that, negotiations are going on. Negotiations means that it's talks that are going on. There are other things that the minister can do for you or the government can do for you, but not necessarily settling all that you've asked for. Right now, you are asking that maybe they should pay part of maybe what you are seeking for. They should pay part, correct. Where is the funds going to come from? The funds are going to be cut from consolidated funds, funds that are meant to provide social facilities, which hospitals and clinics are included, like general water supply and all that in the hospitals and all the social centers are included. They are going to cut that cost to sort for your needs and all that. That's no problem. Do you know the kind of pressure that's going to put on the budget?
But still can pay people entertainment allowance.
That
You can't
is-
pay for my
That
healthcare.
is included in the budget. Once that is signed, that is
You
signed.
see,
Our
you see
president
where
is
it's coming
not-
from.
our-
This is where it's
see,
coming from.
our
You can
problem-
you can pay people to go and entertain themselves.
supporting the-
You can pay for dog pet
See,
allowance,
I'm
but you
not-
can't pay for me that I'll take care of your
I'm not
citizens
supporting-
to get work
I'm not
and go and
supporting
work
the
and come and pay
vitality.
tax.
See,
You know
I'm
what you're trying to
I'm
tell
not
me?
supporting the vitality of the entertainment allowance. I was not there when that was implemented. Once it is captured in the economy and in the budget, fair enough. But we can't put extra pressure on the budget by trying to make some extra or let me say surplus allocations. That's who even hold.
Okay.
Because any budget, any spending, see, before you spend money, Minister of Finance, you can't take money out of the budget you've signed. You can't take extra money to go and spend. No, he'll be apprehended. He has to take the money to to Parliament for approval before he can go to the Accountant General that release this money for me, amount is money for me because it's been signed that I can use it. You see how things work.
I get it. Now, there is also the question I want to ask. Are you guys adding some politics into this conversation?
No, and I'll say a big no. A big no.
He said a
because
big no, and you are saying a big. And he said a big yes, and you are saying a
I'm
big
saying
no.
a big no. Yes, there could be a political twist to it, but something that you can't actually confirm. I see circulars like our president, his wife, her husband is one of the MPP chairmen. Yes, it's true, but it doesn't make her a politician. Or our president, Luis Perpetua. We have what we call GRNMA. Aside the national executive, regional executives come together to form the national council.
Okay.
And districts executives come together to form the regional council. Local executives come together to form the district council. So, and most of these decisions comes from the national council. Even the national executives don't have say.
Okay.
And we use the democratic system. It's not an autocratic. So whatever we discuss, when we go for council meetings, I bring my boy, we deliberate, we vote. Majority carries the vote. So if they're making it look like our leader, that's not our president, only had the courage, or after we decide, on that or now could do no man for a name, A, B, C, D. But that's not a sole decision. It's the National Council that takes that decision. She only comes out to read it boldly to people. So if you are telling me our leader, husband is or your MPP chairman or baby, Perpetua alone is not enough. Even with the national leaders, there are 9. Talk less of the National Council. So a decision alone
Does not hold.
and hold it. Unless you tell me, say, we are backdoor, we are very influenced, so no, we are very influenced, no, but maybe you vote, and then you vote. Which already, no. You see, the bigger picture we are looking at here is, I don't care, the reason I say it can be politicized is some politicians try to envelope some people. No more antagonistic way. But now, you need to the sense, beyond party counts, party go, beyond politics, I'm still in this. So you can't buy me now.
Okay.
Because I resign, Semenja Ijumana, or if I don't fly out of the country, I resign as a nurse. I don't resign as an MPP member. I don't resign as an NDC member.
Okay.
But I resign as a nurse. This is the realization that most nurses have come to. So collectively, we are fighting for what is due for nurses.
Okay.
No more partisanship.
Okay.
Doesn't mean we don't have our political affiliations. We do. But beyond that, no. I was telling you earlier on in there, I'm a fully blooded NDC man. Born and bred NDC man.
I see.
Yes, I grew up having DJ pictures all over my room. But then, this time, I'm a nurse. That settles it. So I'm fighting for what nurses want, or what is due for nurses. I'm not fighting for NDC. When it's time for politics, I was telling you I can't see myself going into the pool. Though I don't follow politics that much. I can't see myself going to vote and I'll vote for another party. When I go for especially for parliamentaries and those things, I don't even know the people I'm voting for. But when I go, I just look for the party flag and I stamp on it. I look for the umbrella with the party flag and I stamp on it. But then this is what I do for living. This is what I'm going to retire in. So I have to fight for the well-being of it.
I see.
Yeah.
So, boss, I want to add one more.
Okay, we are closing.
You know
We are
why-
closing,
why
yes.
this- Why this fight is interesting.
Me,
I fully support their fight, but the fight shouldn't go to a detrimental to the health or the safety of our patients. They should
Civilians,
revise
yeah.
that. Yes.
You care for people, you don't
We are
care for me.
definitely going to settle your conditions. Definitely, because the reason why you
but not going to work is not an option, you mean?
that's
Brass
not an
Sammy,
option.
Brass Sammy.
See,
Me bato me by me by.
From-
Airport.
But
the
because
very-
that's
the
why-
very-
I know, yeah, and
That's
manager
the
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 point.
very reason why they will get that even carried to embark on this strike or to engage on these actions is because there's a good government in power.
Okay.
Because the conditions of service or the COS wasn't started in 2025. They started working on it in 2024. You understand? It means they were waiting for a good government to come so that they work on it, and that's why they are. I mean, so aggressive into
Where's
fighting
the
for
bomb?
this.
Where's the bomb?
We've heard their cry. We are going to work on it. So don't worry. We will set everything. And see, there's no government that cares about the health sector so much than NDC government. We have evidences. The rich we are talking about, like he works at the rich he continues to mention. Who set up
It's
the
Mama,
facilities of
and I
care?
give him his
It was
phone.
Mama. The NDC I cherish the health sector so much. If you want to mention major health institutions apart from those built by Kwame Nkrumah, it was the NDC that built them.
Of
VGMC
course,
is
you
now
can't take it.
VGMC is now a top-notch or a world-class let me say health facility that there are so much equipment in that it can even qualifies to be a teaching hospital. You understand what you are saying? We are talking about a government that prioritizes the health sector so much. So I know me, I'm confident definitely this is going to be settled. But our approach shouldn't hurt the ordinary patient. That's who I care about. I care about them. But see,
That's where
if you go to hospitals and see how patients are, some even don't get benches to sit on, some are lying on the floor and all that.
But do you know some
Starving
of those
themselves with
patients you
cloths.
see are also nurses and midwives?
Definitely.
Thank you.
That is started.
And well, that's why I have a problem with you. That's why I have a problem with you. You care for the patient I'm going to take care of. But as seated here now, say a pons is here, Rasami. Now I step out. Now anything happens to me,
Okay.
everything I'm going to cough out. And if I should tell you my salary, I'm on TV, so I don't need to tell you. But if I should tell you my salary, it will be soon.
I see.
It will be soon. Do you get me? Some of us, it looks like we are okay because we are entrepreneur, we are enterprising. We venture into other different things.
Other ways of
those things
survival.
give us support.
Survivor.
But if I say I'm to tell you the nursing salary,
Say it to my
that's how
ear. Say it to my ear.
you know, I'm not to tell you the nursing salary. Charlie,
Okay.
it's
So
nothing-
why are you guys ending there?
the strike,
Strike.
the as it is now, is indefinite.
Hey.
Indefinite as in when the health minister or the stakeholders involved calls us and they say something good today,
You come back.
we are calling off today.
So for now, you guys are not going to
So
work.
then we are not working.
So now you don't go to work.
No, I don't go to. I work, but I don't go to work.
I don't understand.
I do association work.
You did where?
We have a national issue. As I'm sitting here, I realize my phone is ringing plenty.
Yeah, I can
we have
see.
a meeting. That's why my phone is ringing plenty.
So
I
you
told her
said,
one part. So I do the association work.
so
Yeah,
now
I
what
do
does it mean
work.
when you go to Greater Accra Regional Hospital? There's
There's no nurse there.
Hey.
If you see any nurse there, one, the person will not be in uniform. Two,
Hey, Charlie, why?
And one man named Rubino now all pray, but that one cries against the GRNMA law.
Oh, but
So if you see any nurse there now, it's
oh.
illegal.
So when you go to a Greater Accra Regional
Not
Hospital
just
and
that,
someone
but
is
it's
dying,
It's sad.
every
sad.
government hospital in Ghana,
It's
not just Rage. Every government hospital in Ghana.
and you guys are saying it is indefinite.
It's indefinite because we don't know. Right now, I mean, because I be a friend with friend, maybe I'm standing up meeting. I don't know. But I say me friend now say, "Oh, I call you for China, no, you pay Juma."
Wow.
Yeah. So it's indefinite for now.
We are closing. Your final words.
Okay,
Barreto.
so I think the National Labour Commissions are also having so much interest in this.
Okay.
Which highly means that we are not questioning the relevance or the credulence of the concerns that is being mentioned.
Okay.
Everyone at this stage is concerned about the approach. You understand what I'm saying? At least we are yet to see. I can't jump to conclusion right now because the National Council of the GRNMA are yet to have a series of conversations that we are hoping. We know definitely they are going to call off the strike, but see the pressure, we can't bear it. That is the more reason why I believe strongly that there is a political twist to all this.
I see.
We are all in the system. We know what has been happening. NDC has come to power and nurses are going on strike. A poor governance. You understand? Those are the kind of conception they want to throw into the administration. But that won't work.
I see.
And but before you end,
Yes.
I also want you to understand, say, GRNMA as an association, we don't know politics. What do I mean? We know we have issues with our employer or the government. We don't have issues with either NDC or MPP.
Okay.
It's just unfortunately say government comes in succession. Government comes, government goes. But we, as an association, our issue is with our employer, which is Ministry of Health.
Okay.
And the government.
Okay.
Regardless, whoever is in power, have to do with Ministry of Health, Ghana, and the government.
Okay.
Not NDC, not MPP, not PNDC, not whatever. So this stance we are taking has nothing to do with a political party.
Okay.
It has something to do with the government of Ghana and our employer, which is the Ministry of Health, but not a political party.
I see.
If you want to associate it to a political party, it's your opinion, as you said. I can't let you change it.
Yeah.
But then, what we know is we have issues with our ministries, which is the employer and the government. We don't know any political party. Yeah. So if at the point, Cheddar was on a bar, if at the point Kennedy upon was on a bar, in name will be a thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are also going through a lot in this country. So if the nurses don't come back, and now healthcare also becomes a bigger problem in the country, then we are dead though. The country is going through a lot. Now when we have headache, the people will give us injection for our headache to go to. They are saying we vex because government is not looking at us. Hey, two troubles, one God. Anyways, we will end it here until further notice. Clifford here is telling us anytime negotiations are met, they will return to the wardroom very soon. Let's see how the health minister, Mr. Honorable, please mention the name for me.
Minta Akando.
Minta Akando. I like his name. His name is sweet. Minta Akando. Honorable Minta Akando. Ujemwa pressure down so. But nana, you be as a deeper breu. Yes, no. Until then, we'll meet again on PMP, Pop and Politics. My name is Sammy Flex. I did this with Clifford Barno, who is a practicing nurse, and of course, a student of University of Ghana, Legon, and a member of TAIN. You, what do you also think about this strike? Are you with the nurses? Are you with government? Drop your opinions and let's do more. Special thank you to the production team, Theophilus Digos Desert, as well as Santuga. We meet again when we meet you. We're out of here. Salute.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.